Hi, everyone. Welcome to Chair Yoga. Today's theme this week, actually, the couple classes that I'm going to do this week, we're going to be with the theme of surrender. I have a personal story I want to share about that because it was really a profound experience. And then I did stumble across the Niyama, which addresses that idea of surrender. So I brought that up in the email I sent out today about our classes, and that Isvara Pranidhana is the Niyama of surrender. So let me start with a little reading from, my favorite book about how to do yoga in like 40 pages or less. So let's start with that. I want you to sit tall, become aware right now of your transitional time, that you're going to bring yourself into a seated position and start to align yourself more intentionally and start to kind of close out the interferences perhaps in your room or space and start to bring your full awareness into the experience now. So from the book, Surrender to God, I'm just going to pick out a couple paragraphs here. However we envision or name God, we realize the human mind cannot possibly grasp the full picture, and that even our vision of God is limited because we are limited. We are part of a great reality that is too big for us to see or understand. Everything is intricately interrelated. Whatever is done or said reverberates throughout the cosmos. It is said that the beat of a butterfly's wings affects the world's climate. All we can do is act on our best information with the best knowledge we have and with the kindest motives, and then leave the rest to God. My experience this past week, you'll probably think, boy, that's a stretch how you ever got to yoga from there, but I really did, was I had dental work. I had to have some major dental work done on Friday. And it was, that kind of grueling experience of two people right over your head. One of them has a drill in their hands, that kind of a thing. So I found myself, it has to be done. It had to be done. My tooth was just killing me. It was just a problem, so the surrender part was, there's no resisting it. There's no, let's go another route. Let's ignore this tooth. There was none of that. That couldn't be done. So I had to come to a place of acceptance. So I think surrender for me and acceptance are really kissing cousins. There's a definite correlation. And I found myself trusting in my pranayama practice. So I began to breathe intentionally, and I had such an incredibly peaceful experience of that dental work. It was remarkable. That's why it's even worth sharing. It wasn't just like, yeah, I managed to somehow stay okay, and it was all right, it worked. It was beyond that. It was like profoundly peaceful, to the point of that I found myself, again, it wasn't anything I had preconceived, but right in the midst of that deep breath awareness and meditation, I was just flooded with gratitude. I started just kind of doing a inventory of all the things I was thankful for right there in the chair of the dental chair. It was quite profound. So I guess it was like the fruits of the practice I realized that day in a very distinct and profound way. So I just needed to share that, and I'm glad we have our time together to just reflect on the idea of surrendering. Michael Singer, might be familiar with Michael Singer's work in one of his best-selling books, The Surrender Experiment. He points out that one way to approach this idea of surrender is to start with the low-hanging fruit. That would be things like the weather. What could we start surrendering to? Well, you can surrender to the fact that your weather is your weather and make peace with that. Traffic, we've already mentioned that. I thought that was funny when that came up in our conversation, and it's right here on my notes. people in the checkout line. And for me, was that day in the dental chair. That was the low-hanging fruit. And I was able to meet it with acceptance rather than resistance. And we see that in our asana practice, don't we? That we start to approach movements and expansion and straight, trying to build strength and flexibility, and we'll run into some roadblocks in our way sometimes with our body's resistance. So let's bring a hand to that, touch our experience. Maybe we've got a shoulder that's cramping out, or our hips, that we bring our hands to our body as a tried and true method of letting our nervous system calm down with that touch. And so the resistance level, is minimized. So let's begin with that. I want you to close your eyes now, if you will. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale it out of your mouth with a sigh. Inhale through the nose, big breath. Exhale it out. Last time. And then gently close your mouth so there's no tension. There's a softness of your lips. There's a softness of your tongue. Pull in your belly, sit up very tall, very proud, very distinct. Turn palms in a way that are open to receive the benefits and blessings as you set your particular intention for class today, what you need. One more full breath. And flutter the eyes open. Let's change our mudra now. The fingertips, the index finger and your thumb, this is the most common mudra, and there's got two different ways of expressing it. I'm going to choose the definition of chin mudra. So that means the very same position. It's kind of a connecting of all that is. And bringing your hands down rather than palms up, we're going to bring more intention down as a way of choosing stability, choosing the stability that acceptance offers, that surrender offers. So we're choosing to connect to all that is. It's that trusting God, for example, and just letting that press down and into your thighs. And I've got the block between my feet. Now you choose if that's the way you like to do it too, great. But I do encourage you to use a block so that you can bring your awareness and your stability, the awareness of your stability of your legs more into play. That by just squeezing that block, you can feel that connection to your body a little more profoundly, distinctly. So lift up the chest bone and let your shoulder pull back and down. So you might feel an expansion through your shoulder, through your clavicle, I should say, through that opening through the front part of your chest there, collarbones. Let's pull in the belly, pull in your belly button in towards your spine so you feel the engagement of your abdominal wall. And then once you've engaged all of that, then see if you can just settle into that. And here's the breath practice, and eyes open or closed, your choice. That the inhale is a welcoming of the stability that we could garner in our life by choosing, acceptance, surrendering. So welcoming stability, welcoming trust. That's the inhale. The exhale is to melt, let whatever patterns in our body and mind need to go. And we're going to just not bully that out, push it out and force it, but instead take a more feminine approach and let that just melt its way out. So inhale, welcome. Exhale, melting. Inhale, welcome. Exhale, melting. And that breath can be in and out through the nose if that's comfortable for you, or find the way that your breathing feels the most natural and you're able to stay with it. So just a little breath practice here to begin. Nice, strong sit, pulling the belly in and up. Breathing in to welcome. Breathing out is a melting. Breathe all the way in and breathe all the way out. Good. Now continue to engage your legs by squeezing the block, however you've got it placed. Let's release the hand gesture and instead lift up. Palms come together up and overhead. Arms as straight as you can, arms as close to your ears as you're able. Inhale with me. Exhale, bow into your own heart. Inhale, back up. Exhale, go all the way around, a big sweeping motion. Arms are going to come alongside the chair's frame. Pull back with your arms and come into the cow pose, the extension of your spine. Full breath in and out. Just hold it. Pattern the body, shoulder blades squeezing toward middle. Stomp into your feet so you feel like your leg muscles are contributing to this strength. When it's time to exhale, start rounding through your back body. Let your chin tuck down towards your chest and feel the C-shaped curve of the angry cat. This is the extension, the follow-up or the counter pose to the extension. This is the more flexed, released position. And this is done on the exhale. Stay with it now, breathing both in and out, patterning the body into the C-shaped curve. And we'll begin our vinyasa. Inhale up, pull those arms back, feel the extension of the spine. When it's time to exhale, round through your back body. Find your own rhythm of movement. You're not trying to follow mine. I want you to just give up a look at the screen as often as you can so that you can really focus on your experience. Notice how you're going to find a little tuck and tilt of your pelvis. You're going to try to encourage that movement of the pelvis as well as the movement of the spine. And this, assign the value to this, being aware of. That's why I try to give a lot of language about it, is why we do it, is assigning value to it so that you're really calling that in as your intention. This is the intention of this movement, is to find this flex and extension of the spine, more expansion, followed by a release and movement in the vertebrae. Pumps the energy from the pool that exists in our hips. Pooling that energy that's pooled is pulling and pumping right up into the whole rest of the body now. We're going to go for a forward fold. So we come out of our cow pose and reach forward now, coming all the way down to let your chest belly rest onto your thighs. Keep your eyes open and look down and underneath yourself. See if you can get your armpits to surround your kneecaps. And if you can't, just lay yourself down in the way that your body seems to fit. And deepen the breath, big belly breathing here. Big belly breathing, because we're right into the intestinal tract. And of course, forward folds are a way to really experience our breath in a very intimate way. Keep the crown of the head dropping down. You're looking down and underneath the chair. One more full belly breath. Jump your hands to your thighs, squeeze your elbows into your waist and come up halfway. Stomp your feet to the ground like you're making an imprint with your feet, and spread your arms away from you, but back, a little further back than typical. Bring your arms back, reaching fingertips to the wall behind you, and get real strong with your legs. Lift up through the perineum. That's the floor of the pelvis. You're not going to leave the chair, but you're feeling the lift because your legs are so strong. The lift of the perineum now. Breathing in and out. That's it. Strong, toned perineum. We want that. Inhale up, palms come together, look up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale up. And exhale, we're going to twist. Let's just twist right. Keep your legs in their very neutral opening position. Don't have to do anything different. Just see if you can work now. Maybe let that back shoulder roll independently, just one single shoulder roll at a time to sort of improve on this twist, this very first twist. And then set your hand back there and feel the connection to the chair with your hand either pressing down or holding on to some part of the chair so you can kind of pin yourself back into a deeper twist. And let the front shoulder sort of nudge forward. Now find a drishti. I want you to really focus your eyes on something in your room. Horizon level or lower would be probably the best, so we can really take away any interference, that our eyes are not darting around, checking this out or that out. We're really focused on the experience we're in right here and now. Pulling back with the back shoulder, nudging forward with the front shoulder. Full breath in and out. You want that breath to lubricate your twist. So direct your breath right into the experience, right into the feedback you're getting in your body. Let's unwind the head first. Stay with your twists. Your body stayed in the twist, but the head came out. Unwind both arms, palms come together overhead. Exhale, heart. Inhale up. We're twisting the other way. Let's try the individual shoulder roll. The back shoulder is pulling back, back, and back. Twists are a great way to detox, to change, wring out, stagnant energy, something we're looking to change. So maybe we could think about that as twisting our way out of, the known way that doesn't particularly serve us, like resistance, how we are so prone to resistance, celebrated in some ways. We certainly converse about it. We're all guilty of that. Instead, just to see about befriending the isness. Same principles apply as this side as the other. So you're pulling back with the back shoulder, letting the front shoulder nudge forward, finding a gaze. You want to get your drishti established so you can really focus. Keep your breath steady, both in and out, all the way in, all the way out. Keep your body in the twist. Let's turn our head to come out of it. Back to the breath. Unwind shoulders, lift straight up and straight down, push back. So there's no movement of the spine really. The head, the neck, the spine are staying stable and neutral, and we're moving through the shoulder sockets. Try to strengthen by lengthening and straightening your arms. And notice, if you can, when you really make an effort to straighten out your arms, where else you feel it. Not just in your arms, but where else in your body are you realizing the connection of straight arms to your body? And maybe you need to slow it way down so you can pay attention. Like if I'm supposed to be notice something, I'm going to slow it way down. We're going to carry ourselves into a fold again, all the way down, all the way down, all the way down. Lay yourself onto your thighs. Remember, if your legs need to be further apart, it's always okay, but just move your feet the same distance apart as what your knees are, so your knees, your ankles are in alignment. Surrender the weight of your head. Look down and under, and don't try to look out and away.
Surrender the weight of your head by letting the crown of your head drop toward the floor, and you just let it go. If you're not trusting, if your neck is just not trusting this, bring your hand to your neck. Maybe you bring both hands to your neck to support that, and then try to surrender because you've added one more layer of support, one more layer of trusted stability. Walk your fingertips in front of you now. Let's get our hands to the floor. We're walking fingertips way as far as we can, and then that's as far as they'll go. Lift your chest up, lift your chest up. That'll help support your head. Your fingers are extended as far in front of you as you can. Push your feet to the ground so you start again to feel the perineum. The floor of the pelvis feels like it's lifting or hovering above the chair. Strong legs supporting that. Full breath in and out. Thighs are drawing toward each other like magnets. You don't want them to touch. I'm not encouraging touching. I'm encouraging the magnetism, that you feel the energy between them. Can you lift those arms all the way up? Good job, all the way up. Catch up with your breathing. Let your blood pressure adjust. And let's move into the W shape. So you're going to bring your elbows down towards your waistline, pull your hands back, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Let's find a back bend here. Pull back with your hands, squeeze your elbows towards your waist. Feel the shoulder blades pulling in toward each other, toward the midline. Stomp your feet to the floor so your legs are helping create a source of stability for this back bend. Let's punch out into that T shape. Palms are facing up, hands are open wide, thumbs pointing behind you. Turn your head to look from one hand to the other so that you can become aware of the movement in your neck and just kind of checking to see what range of movement you have this morning and where you need to pay particular attention, give a little more encouragement. Find a fullness of breath, both in and out. Let your shoulder blades find their adjustment. Listen to your body now. Listen to that sensation. That's the language of your body. Let's go back to the W. Let's get those elbows down toward the waistline. Pull your hands back. Find that back bend. Stabilize your low back by pulling your belly in and feeling your sit bones pressing down into the chair seat. That's it. Full breath in and out. Space through the collarbone area. Lift all the way up, and let's grab hold of our elbows so we've got a frame around our head. Let the shoulder blades slide down the back. Try a little side bend. Keep going. Always be mindful that we want both the left, right side of the pelvis to stay grounded. So both left and right, even though we're leaning. So it's like obviously listing or encouraging a listing up. We're engaging in the pelvis to go down to the point where, you have to give it up. There's no more, I can't bend any further without losing some of the stability in my pelvis. So let's stay with the stability and just feel that side bend. Here's where we feel like we found our maximum here. See if you can create ease in your body. Breathe all the way into that pinchy, any kind of clenching that you might find. Beautiful. We're coming back up. Take a pause. Any reset your body needs, be sure to do it. We're going the other way. Arms over the top of the ears and maybe bringing your head purposely close to your arms so that you feel the stability that offers in your neck. That framework around your head is very stabilizing for the neck, so it allows you the freedom of movement. Stabilize the hips, right and left. Finding our maximum capacity of side bend here without losing the stability of the pelvis to the chair. Find your breath. Exhale completely. Come back up. We'll take a big back stroke to come out of that. Big stroke. Get your arms as far behind you as you're able. Inhale up and go way back. Last time. Inhaling up. Exhale way back. We're into our cow again. Arms are along the chair's frame. Chest bone forward. Inhaling here. Exhaling, rounding through the back body, letting your arms float up. Finding the vinyasa of the cat and the cow. Excellent. And let's come back to our neutral position. I'm going to move my block underneath the chair. Let's open knees wide. So we've got a wide stance with our heels in, our toes out. Hands are on the thighs. I want you to circle around now. Find that circular fluid movement through your hips. And if you found that when you sat, when you started moving that, oh, wait, I'm not on the chair as well as I want to be, please, please, please remember to just make the adjustment. Feel very secure. Adjust whenever you need to. Slow it way down so you can feel the shift around the pelvic bowl. You can feel your body weight shift from one sit bone to the other, all the way back into the tailbone region of the map, all the way around to the front pubic bone reference of the pelvic map. We're going to hold it in the middle, create that diagonal line of your back body, back of your head, your neck and your spine are in a diagonal line. Go as low or as far forward as you can without losing your connection of your sit bones to the chair seat. Tuck your chin in towards your throat. Spread your arms away from your body like wings would be. Pull back. Press your feet to the ground as though you're kind of allowing yourself to hover above the chair seat with the strength of your legs and the toning of your perineum. I want you to take an in-breath through your O-shaped mouth. Suck up that inhale through an O shape of your mouth, pulling up through the perineum. Exhale, just soften it all. Go back for another inhale. Very engaged inhale. Suck it up, O-shaped mouth. We're into that vagal tone. Release it on your exhale. Engage it on your inhale. Welcome it in and then melt on that exhale. Inhale, welcome the strength and the tone of the perineum and that vagal tone of the mouth, and soften and melt on your exhale. One more breath. Nice job. Hands are coming back to the thighs. Can you circle the other way now? Can you see which way might it be? Just give you a tip. Most of us will start going in a clockwise direction. So see if counterclockwise seems to you that is the other direction now. Head, neck, and spine are in alignment. So keep a stability of your head and your neck. The movement is in the pelvis. Great, let's come back upright. Take a shrug and a release. Inhale, shrug and release, hold it, and then release for the exhale. Inhale, shrug, hold, release it all. Last time, shrug, hold it, release it all. Good. Let's hold on to the chair now. Release your hands from your legs and hold on to the chair, for example. Or if you want to bring your hands to your body in some way instead, I'm just going to suggest you have your hands maybe at your pelvis, holding on to the pelvic bowl there. I'm going to hold on to the chair. We're going to step one foot over and then the other. Just keep one leg stable. That's our standing leg. And we're going to move this leg back and forth through that space that open space between. So this is a great movement to tone through the low back area, through the glutes, not the gluteus maximus, which we think of as our glutes, but there's a strip of the gluteus minimus and medius that is in the low back region, the very top of your pelvic bowl there. That is going to just help to tone and strengthen that part. Keep your belly engaged though. Don't lose track of the fact that a stabilized low back is most, is available to us reliably. There's the word I was looking for. Reliably, by toning and keeping the abdominal walls turned on. Couple more. We're going to meet with the legs together. Sit up real tall. Let's try a twist here. Inhale up. Exhale, heart. Inhale up. And exhale, go the opposite way of your knees. Your knees are going one way. You're twisting your body away from your knees. Nice vertical spine. Maybe you start to move that shoulder blade so it'll start to pull back. Hands to the body. I recommend it, letting your hand kind of hold on to your thigh. Vertical spine. Full breath cycle now. If you can breathe in and out through your nose, try that. If you need to just let your breath be its natural way, you're not sure if it's part of your nose, part of your mouth, you're not sure, just let the breath relax into its normal rhythm. Stay true to your awareness of it. Soften your mouth. Feel the twist in your body now, wringing out, letting go that which no longer serves us, and inviting in or welcoming a spirit of acceptance and trust, surrendering. Let's unwind the head and the shoulders and open up the legs again into their wide angle. Let's circle around just as a way to reset the body. Make any adjustments to your body that you need to along the way. Reset it. This is an inside job, nothing I can really coach you through. You got to pay attention to what your body is asking for. And we'll come back to our upright position. Let's do the same thing on the other side. So our standing leg now is shifted, and we bring this leg across and back. Keep a verticality of your spine and a rhythm of your breath. Maybe you like that idea of inhaling, welcoming, exhaling, melting. I like inhale and exhale. That just seems to be the pattern that I'm finding. Exhale, inhale, and exhale. Nice tall verticality of the spine. Try not to grip the chair, holding it for steadiness, but gripping probably isn't going to serve us well. Last time, step across and hold it. Make sure your heels are under your knees. This is our twist opportunity. Inhaling up. Exhale, bow into your heart. Up. Exhale, twist. So we twist the opposite way now. Squeeze your thighs together. Bring your hand to your body. Now you want your hand to hold on to your thighs. And then just set it up. Remember this, the fundamentals of a twist always apply. We start low and we work our way up. Start the twist low into the waistline, up through the shoulders and rib cage. Turn your head. Inhale, welcoming. Exhaling, melting. Notice your body's languaging. Let's turn the head out of the twist and then the shoulders will come out. We come back to a wide angle. Shrug and release. Shrug and release.
and release. Hands are going to come to the shoulders. I want you to draw some circles now, big wide circles. Make sure we're very loosened up through those shoulder blades. All the way around. Let's change the direction. Keep your arms open out like wings, and then bring your feet just a little closer together so we can do some movement side to side and crossing over. So I want you to just find a pattern that works well for you, that includes both side to side movements, down and up and across and over. So find your own pattern. Stay with your breath. You don't need to look at the screen. You're here with your body, your experience. Feel your feet to the earth. And assigning the value of abdominal wall toning. So you're getting not only the front of the abdominals, but the sides as well. Boy, I'll tell you, when I was in training for massage therapy, we did a lot of Qigong. Qigong was the fundamental embodied practice that we used in our massage therapy training, and we did so much work to support the side abdominal wall. Stay with it, your own pattern, finding the rhythm of your breath to support your movement. Let's finish it up. Extend those arms straight forward, palms face forward, open up your hands. Inhaling up, lift, lift, push your feet to the floor. Arms are as straight as you can. Feel it in your back, feel it where you feel it. Palms come together there now. Let's take an inhale. Exhale, bow into your heart. Let's hold the bow, let your chin come down towards your chest. Let your chest rise up to greet it. Pull the belly in. Feel a nice stretch through the back of the neck. Finish your breath cycle all the way through. Kind of catch up with your breathing here. Inhale up and exhale all the way down. Let's get our legs back to center. Pull your feet underneath your chair a little bit and pop yourself up and out of the chair. So practice a few rounds of that, just getting yourself up and out of the chair. We're going to meet in our mountain pose. I want you to get a hold of your block again. Use it between, I'm going to suggest you use it between your calves, your shins down there, and the lower legs. You're holding onto the block. Now straighten out your feet so they're parallel to each other. Squeeze the block just enough so that you feel, it's not going to drop, but not so much that it starts to feel crampy or clinging. You're trying to just hold it and engage. Not too much, finding that balance between ease and effort. Let's rotate our hands so the palms face forward. Lift up your chest, close your eyes now, and steady your breath. We want a full body breath now. So let the breath start at the soles of the feet. Let that breath ascend through the front side of your body, inhaling all the way up the front side of the body to the crown of the head. Exhale as you come around to the back side of the body. Descend your breath. The exhalation descends down the back side of your body. Circle your body with your precious breath. It's a long breath all the way through the cycle. Give yourself to it. Don't be ready, wonder what we're going to do next, or this or that. Stay right here, right now, encircling your body with your precious breath. Aware of the aliveness of this experience. The life wisdom of the yogic tradition is realized through embodiment. Exhale completely now. Let's flutter the eyes open, get used to the light again. Just take a moment. Inhale up, palms will come together, straight arms. Exhale, bow into your heart. Inhale up and exhale all the way around. Let's lose the block. You can move it to the side, and we're going to turn the chair. So we've got the high side of the chair available to us. High side of the chair. Step back, step back. Let's find that L shape. Extended forward fold. I want you to feel your feet. Feel the inner edge, the ball onto the big toe into the inner heel. Now the rest of the foot is definitely making an imprint, but your awareness primarily just for today, pressing palm onto the big toe and the inner heel as you try to straighten out your knees, pulling back through the femur bones. The thigh bones are trying to push back into the muscles behind them. Maybe you got to bring your hand to your thigh bone to say, okay, now I get it. Now I can feel that. I'm pushing my hand right into my thigh, and I can feel that thigh bone pushing back into the muscles behind it. Straightening out the bend of the knee as much as you're able. And then again, the layer of awareness is in the feet. The big toe ball on is pressing down and the inner heel, making more of an imprint than any other part of the foot. Full breath in and out. Deepen the breath. Let the chair hold you. The chair is helping you extend your arms with ease. You're able to lay yourself right into that extension of the arms. Start to walk forward, bend the knees a little bit. We're going to take a big step forward with the right foot. Big step forward, right foot, and bending into that right knee. Bend in. Both feet grounded, so the back heel is down. This time, we're not going to do much about raising the arms. I just want you to keep your arms down for the most part. And we're going to do a twist where we're going to reach around to touch that extended leg. So it's going to be right. I got the right knee bend. That side of the arm, that side of the body is reaching around to touch the back side. And I want you to get your hand and your forearm onto your chair. Now let's change the drishti from time to time. Maybe you start looking down and away. You start pulling the shoulder back, pressing the heel down. Then maybe you decide, I'm going to try a different drishti, a new perspective, finding this pose from a different drishti. If I look away, up or over, I want you to just explore ways of changing your perspective. As you press now that front foot, palm onto the big toe, making more of an impression than any other part of the foot. Feel the calf stretching, that back leg. Full breath in and out. Let's unwind back to our neutral position. Hold it. Palms are going to come to the heart. Inhale up. Exhale, bow into your heart. Inhale back up. Release your hands back to the chair. Let's step it back into that L shape. Extended forward fold. Make the same imprint with your feet. Trying to straighten out through the knees. Pull the femur bones back into the muscles behind them. Pull the belly button way in and up. Breathe in to welcome. Exhale, melt. One more full breath cycle. Stay with your awareness. Feel your way. It's an embodied practice. You're getting all sorts of information all the time. As we start to lift up, take that big step forward with your left foot. That knee bends, both feet stay planted, heels are down, and essentially all 10 toes are pointing straight forward. Same side, we got our left knee bent. That's the arm that's going to reach out and around. All the way around. Use the chair
Try to keep that back heel down. Mine was popping up, so I'm going to shorten my stance so that I'm able to keep that heel down. You want a verticality of the spine, and your body is rotating around that. Find a drishti, find a perspective to begin with, helps you feel stable. Maybe it's a known way, but then explore something new. Thighs are magnetically drawing toward the middle, toward each other. They're not going to touch, not by any means, because you can feel the magnetism of the inner thighs toward the midline Sushumna nadi. That's the central channel of the body and the energy body. Deepen the breath. Deepen your twist. Can you pull your shoulder blade back? Let's unwind back to our neutral position. Step back. And this time I want you to get a wider stance with your feet and start moving your hips side to side, a swaying side to side. There's going to be a bend in the knee, swaying side to side. And let's come walking toward the chair. As soon as you get to the chair, I want you to turn around so the back, you've got your back to the back of the chair. Hold on to it. Get a hold of the chair behind you. I'll try to give you a bit of an angle so you can see that. I'm not sure if that's going to be useful, but I'll give it a shot here. So we've got our hands on the back of the chair and we're upright in our mountain position, more or less. I want you to see if you can squeeze your shoulder blades together in your mouth, elbows helping out. Lift up the chest bone, lift up the chest bone. Keep lifting up the chest. So it's all about chest, lifting and expanding. This is a version, a way to do the pose called fish pose. It's a major back bend, lifting the chest up, chest, chest, chest. And then just deciding how your neck is going to do with lifting your face up. Your back of your neck is going to be much safer and much more supported because you have made all the emphasis on lifting your chest cavity up and strengthening that chest cavity. Squeezing your elbows kind of toward the midline back there. And chest cavity is expanded and strong and lifting up. Let's deepen the breath, one full cycle. Exhale, let's do it one more time. Great, and then come down slowly, get your head back to its neutral position. Very slowly now, drop your chin towards your chest. Chin toward the chest, spine is still long, belly is still engaged. Feel that release of the back of the neck. Let your breath settle in. Start to catch up with your breath. It starts to strengthen. And then very slowly bring your head back to its neutral position. We're going to stay with this position of our chair using the back of the chair. We're going to do warrior 3. So that starts with the extension of the spine, just like we were doing. But we're going to shift into, I want you to have your hands more or less forward of the chair. You're not holding here, but see if you can get the sides of your forearms onto the chair instead. Palms are facing each other. Shift your weight into one leg or the other and lift the extended leg. That extended leg, toes are pointing down. And any amount. What if you got your foot up off the floor 4 inches? That is still the pose, folks. So extending, maybe leveling out so that extended leg is at hip height, maybe not. Palms are facing each other. Let the standing leg be the primary carrier of your body weight. Your extended arms are helping you to lay into and expand through your upper body, but they're not carrying your body weight. That standing leg is doing that job. One more full breath. Let's bring that foot to the floor, start rounding through your back body and come up slowly, maybe one vertebrae at a time. I'm a slow learner about where to place my chair in this room. I always run into the wall. Let's take a breath here, maybe resetting the body, moving your head around, anything your body seems to need. Let's try our warrior 3 on the other side. You could start with your hands on the chair, but then be willing to move to the forearms so that your hands are free of the chair and they're facing each other. And now the other leg goes up in the air. Toe points down. Pretty sure I was doing that leg before. Standing leg now is being supported with your body weight is being supported by the bones of that standing leg. So isn't that lovely? Isn't that awesome that you are now in this posture of building stronger bone mass? And all the muscles that support those bones, that encompass those bones, are fired up in this endeavor. Happy to be of support in this strengthening process. Pull the belly in. Inhale, welcoming this strength and stability. Exhale will melt away any of resistance that keeps us from that. This time when you come out of it, let's take a big step forward with that other leg. Doesn't matter which leg you started with. Let's just come forward with a bent knee. Palms come together at the heart. Steady yourself. Inhale up and spread your hands apart. Pull back. Thumbs point, pull back, pull back. Chest cavity is open and strong and lifting up, lifting up. Full breath in and out. Palms come together. Exhale, hold at the heart. Bow into your heart, hold. Feel your feet making an imprint. Feel the stability of your legs and your feet. As you breathe in and breathe out, breathe in and welcome this stability. Exhale, melt, melting away resistance. Bringing your hands back to the chair, let's just step forward and shake it out. Shake out your legs. Time to return now to the chair. We're going to sit back into it. I want you to sit all the way back into the chair so you're able to easily access the backrest. This would be the time to layer up. Maybe you want to get your socks on. You want to have a blanket available. Maybe you go ahead and lay down on your couch. I strongly encourage that. I would, if I had a couch in here, that's where I'd be. Just notice your body start to release and relax into this. Just as soon as you've given it the signal, it's really powerful, isn't it? We're here now, we're in our Shavasana time, and your body just starts to release and relax. Be aware of the reliability of that chair as a source of holding and stability and restfulness available to you. So whatever surface is below you, whether that be the chair or a couch or the floor, that you're acknowledging that source of support, the reliability of that you can just lean into it, surrender to it. And I'm just reminded of, this intention today. We explored a little bit, just to make a tiny little touch on Isvara Pranidhana,
that surrender to God. It's the last of the Niyamas in the 8 limbs of yoga. All of which we're learning that this practice of yoga is a life wisdom. And that the life wisdom of the yogic tradition is realized through embodiment. Breathe all the way in, breathe all the way out. Relax your shoulders. Relax that part of your body where you know you usually hold stress. Let me just repeat these words regarding the Isvara Pranidhana from the book, A Morning Cup of Yoga. However we envision or name God, we realize the human mind cannot possibly grasp the full picture, and then even our vision of God is limited because we are limited. We are part of a great reality that is too big for us to see or understand. Everything is intricately interrelated. Whatever is done or said reverberates throughout the cosmos. All we can do is act on our best information with the best knowledge we have and with the kindest motives, and then leave the results to God. Let your breath be a source of welcoming and melting. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale it out of the mouth with the sound of a sigh. Ah. 2 more. Ah. Make a big sound now. Inhaling. Ah. Let's flutter the eyes back open and bring our palms together at our heart. Let's find that mudra again, bringing your index finger and your thumbs together, and bring that as part of right into the heart space. The chin mudra. Finish the breath you're on. Let's release the hands to the Anjali mudra, like the prayer position. Inhale up, look up. Exhale, bow into your own heart. Inhale, back up. And exhale, let's share this energy with our communities all the way around. Again, palms are together. We bow to ourselves, we bow to one another. Namaste, my friends. And thank you for joining me.
Namaste.